evening, welcome back. My name is Edith and I have a new Pilates session today for you. I am prepared with something really special today. I was thinking on those many people who used to have low back pain. So today I'm going to show you modified exercises, what you can use once you go for a group class and you're just trying to follow the exercises and sometimes feel like it's difficult, or you feel pain, or you feel weak for doing the exercises, or you just cannot do it at all. So now I'm going to share with you what I suggest you to change on the exercise, and it's going to be suitable for you to don't skip the whole exercise but change a bit on it. So about reason why you used to have low back pain, it's absolutely individual. That can be thousands of reasons for it, but nowadays it's really common that we are sitting too much and losing the control of our core muscles, of those deep muscles around the spine, which is responsible for the good posture, and also shortening of the hip flexor, shortening of the hamstring, and bad posture. Many of these things all together causing the pain and uncomfortable feelings and weakness, but no worries, everything is changeable. You can improve all these problems and you can make your body working well. You can work on your posture to get better, and no worries, nothing is permanent what is in your body, anything is. So what you're gonna need today is a tiny pillow or a little towel, or if you have both of them, it's just perfect. So let's start standing with your feet hip wide apart. Just roll a bit on front and back. So let's go to your toes, and then let's go to your heels, and your knees are always slightly bent, so then you don't overlock your knees. And just go front and back a couple of times, and then try to stop in the center. It means that you are in the center of the front of your heel and in between the ball of your foot. And then let's turn your feet outside and inside. So this is also really important that we find where the balance is. So once you have done this a couple of times, let's see if you can do inside outside also in balance. So you are also front and back balance, side to side balance. And now just one more thing we have to pay attention: equal weight on both of the feet. And once you are well with that, let's stop in your center. Let's relax your shoulders, lengthen the back of your neck, and reach up with the middle of your head. Let your arms just hang, and let's close our eyes. We're gonna do a couple of breaths. So first, just don't change anything in your breathing, only notice what is happening. So you are just standing easily, your shoulders are relaxed, arms are just hanging. Check again if you have equal weight on both of your feet, well in the center of your feet, and notice your breathing. What happens as you inhale and as you exhale? What part of your body is changing? Your chest is elevating and lowering. Even with that, you feel maybe the movement of your shoulders as well. Your ribs are opening to the side and then closing in narrowing. And you can notice the abdominal wall is moving as well. So then just notice these changes up and down, front and back. And then let's bring your focus to your face. Let's try to relax all the muscles on your head. Start with your front head, relax the muscles on your nose, around your nose, around your mouth, around your ears, and all through your head where it's covered with hair. And then bring your focus back to your breathing. And with every exhale, try to relax your shoulder more and more. Try to make bigger distance in between your ear and the shoulder. And then let's make a deep inhale through your nose. Long exhale through your mouth. And one more time, deep in. Very long out. And then you can keep your eyes closed or open them slowly. And then tilt your head forward, so try to get your chin to your chest. And then elevate your head and look up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your head forward. Inhale, back and up. One more time. Lengthen the back of your neck. And then move up, lowering the shoulders again. And to center. Then let's tilt your head to the right and go against your left hand. And slowly change. Reach away with your hand. And switch side. And center. And then we're going to continue with your feet wider, like your shoulder or even a tiny bit wider. Find equal weight again on your feet. Knees are slightly bent. And then elevate your arms with the bent elbows. And we're going to reach up with one arm, tilting the body, and try to open the side of your ribs and keeping equal weight on your legs. And switch to the other side. So your hip is aligned, it's in square, doesn't move, but opening the side of your rib and to the other side. Reaching up and up. So feel that only above this part you are moving. But of course, for that you really have to activate your lower abdominals as well and feel that they are lengthening up, but don't move. So this is the stabilization part, what these muscles are doing. One more time to each way. We started on the right, so let's go to the left as well. And center. Now I'm going to turn to the side to see what am I doing. So arms on front, elbows are almost touching each other. Try to keep your shoulders low, lengthening the back of your neck. And from here, let's open your elbows and close. And try to avoid any momentum. Only move from the control of your muscles. Also very important to think on your abdominals. So you don't want to do this, but more to concentrate, keep this strength and keep this aligned. Open the elbows and concentrate more on the shoulders and the shoulder blades to squeeze them back and front. Inhale, exhale. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. And the last. Let's lower your arms and hands. Let's hold your hip and find your hip bone. Now let's tilt your hip front and back. So just feel that where the range of the motion is limited, how far you can go. Just do it a couple of times and feel that once you go back with your hip bones, abdominals are active, your buttock also turning on, and then feel that your abdominal wall is elevated. And then in that case, your lumbar spine is a bit rounded. And then let's go forward. This is the arc of your low back. This is what we try to avoid most of the time. So let's stop somewhere in the center and give an extra pull from your abdominal muscles and stay here. And let's do again this exercise, what we have done before. And try to don't change your torso, don't change your hip. And inhale, exhale. So abdominals always active. And 3 more times. Okay, arms on your side, nice and wide. Still really active abdominals. Your legs are getting wide, feet are facing forward. And let's make little circles just with your arms. So shoulders don't move, arms are making circles. 3, 2, 1. And go to the other direction. Make it slow. In that case, you really can control. If you make quick, then you can lose all the control from everywhere. So just do it slowly. And 3, 2, 1. And stop. And turn your hands up. And then reach to one side. Imagine there is a wall here and you want to press it away. And try to don't lose the equal weight on your feet. And back. And now reach to the other way. So the same thing as we did at the beginning. So try to move just above your lower abdominals. So feel that your lips are reaching to side. Your upper spine, your thoracic spine is moving side to side. Reach away. Try to press that wall or door away without bringing your body weight to one side. And without tilting your pelvis. Reach and reach. One more time to each way. Back to center. And now let's do tilting your straight back forward. Bring your hands to the floor. Your knees can be slightly bent, but keep your spine straight. I'm going to turn to side. So knees are slightly bent. Your spine is straight. And for your inhale, let's lift up your right arm, look at your hand, and back. Inhale, lift the left, and back. And then right, and down. Inhale, exhale. One more time to each way. Your head hang around your back. Take a deep inhale here. And for your exhale, roll yourself up standing. And lift your arms. Stretch the front of your body. And come back to center. Now it's time to get your pillow or pillows. It's nice for me to have both of them on top of each other. And in that case, I can stand a bit higher. So I'm going to step on the top of it, finding a good balance. That is very important to find a very good balance on one leg, on one foot. So just move side to side a bit and just try to be on one leg. And then, because we're gonna do that, so place your hands on your hip, but if it's necessary, just get something next to you, the wall or a chair or anything, just to stay in balance. And what you're gonna do is moving the hip to one side and then lifting your leg and moving your hip high. So this hip is staying somehow on the level because I don't bend the knee. And then just moving this side of the hip up and down. And also try to concentrate to your lower abdominals to don't fall forward. So that is very important. Always active in your lower abs. Side to side. then bring your whole body weight on the left leg. I mean, for me, the left doesn't really matter how did you start. And try to stay in balance. So just check yourself if you can do aligned. So just the same level of your feet. And it's really hard for the leg which is above. And now let's do bending the knee and the reaching forward and a bit back. Just feel if you can do first with letting your hip coming with you. So it's like a pendulum or just letting it swing. And let your hip also moving with you. Use this momentum to reach front and back. And then stop in the center, hold your hip how it is and move only the leg. Let it swing front and back. You're gonna see that the movement is smaller and also use the momentum. It's not about really slow movement, but we can do that also afterward. So just very important to have good alignment of the left leg, of the left foot, and moving the hip, moving the knee without moving the pelvis and the abdominal wall. Now it's getting harder. So let's do that, what I was talking about, just with the muscle movement without momentum. So we are slowing down and concentrating on the stability of the hip. So this is something what your body is making for your posture. And 3 more times. 2, 1 more, and let's take a step back down and change for the other side. So find your balance, well down, okay, and then start lifting and lowering one side. Yes, I'm going to do without bending the knee. So lifting one side of the hip and lowering down. So what is happening now? Probably you have done before hiking and you realized how difficult to find the balance on the rocks once you step on one place and then your foot is on an uneven surface, and you really need to activate all the muscles in your back, in your abdominals, in your buttock, and those muscles are moving, which usually don't happen once you do on a normal surface, which is nowadays really common that we don't have to activate these muscles. So every time you work on your balance, you work on your posture and you work on your core muscles. Okay, then let's go. Try to stay in good balance, equal height of your feet, and stay here. And now we will have to use the muscles in our toes and the sole of the foot. So it's very important nowadays, once we wear shoes all the time, flat surface of the ground, these muscles are getting not used and it's not nice for humans. So let's do your swinging and letting your hip moving with you. You can help yourself with your arms to stay in balance, moving one leg only, and let the rotation happen around. And then let's do stability, but still just swinging. Just swinging. Use your momentum and stay square with your hip. And 3, 2, 1, and slow down. Use your muscles to control the movement. Nice, it's getting heavier. You have 4 to do. 3, 2, last, and let's go down. Now we were working a lot on on our posture, on the buttock, on the core muscles. Let's continue rolling down to make our spine also activated. So let's stand to the bend, slightly bend knees, standing tall, and start rolling with your head. Continue with the shoulders, and then let's do one vertebra at a time. Keep your abdominal wall active. Let's roll down. Let your head hang, let your arms hang. Make a deep inhale here. And for your exhale, start rolling up from your low back, middle back, upper back. Lift your arms, look up to the ceiling. And go down. Let's do one more time. Start rolling from the head. Slowly take your time with it. Deep inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up, activate your abdominals. Stand up, reach up. And go down. And now we're gonna continue on the floor. So let's cross your legs, easily sit down. With the bent knees, we are sitting on the top of the sit bone, so just find comfortable position, and then arms in front of you in a diagonal way. Big, good distance between your shoulder and your ear. Inhale, and as you exhale, start rolling down from your hip. Just go to halfway. Inhale here. Exhale, imagine somebody pulling your fingers up, sit tall and reach above. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll to halfway. Inhale here, exhale, roll and reach. Try to press your feet well into the mat once you roll back and stay in position. Roll up, inhale, exhale, roll back, all the way back. Straighten your arms next to your ears, straighten your legs, and stretch your body out. Make your body really, really, really long. And for your exhale, bring your arms next to you, bend your knees, roll yourself up, and then place your hands behind you. So your elbows are slightly bent, and let's start with just the movement of your chest. So let your chest to fall in between your shoulders, and then open it up. Let's go down as you exhale. Inhale, reach up. And just move a couple of times like this to see what is the difference. Once you hold yourself and your shoulder is falling forward, and then elevate your chest and straighten yourself. Let's go down and up. 2 more times. And now let's stay on the way like your shoulder is backward, chest is open, elbows slightly bent. And then straighten one leg, lift this up and go down. Very important, the movements to go down, make it slow. We are not rushing today at all. So you can just concentrate to every single movement on the best way. So try to concentrate to your low back, but more to your abdominals, to lift and lower. Lowering very slowly, very slowly. That is the way how you get stronger. Do you feel the difference if you just drop your leg, or if you concentrate to slow this motion? And 2 more times. 1 more. And change. Bend the other knee, straighten your leg. concentrate to your lower abdominal muscles. Check your upper body again before we start. Let's go up and slowly down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, long exhale, long, long, long. To go down. In this case, you can really feel that you can use and activate your lower abdominals. 2 more times. One more. Good. Then we're going to continue with kind of can-can. You can continue with the bent elbow, or you can go even lower, and in here you can make your spine easier to get long and straight. So we're gonna elevate the knees and then straighten to one side, lift up one side of the hip, bend in the center, reach to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Every time, check your chest, check your upper body, check your torso to keep it straight. Lengthen the back of your neck. And with the rotation, go that far when you still can control. So you don't really have to go very close to the floor. That can be really big tension to your lower back. So with these sort of movements, those people who used to have low back pain, be very careful and just don't go very far. Don't search for your limit with the rotation exercises. Okay, let's do 2 more times to each side. And back to center. Feet on the floor. Roll yourself up, straighten your legs. And now let's see those exercises which is with a sitting tall, straight legs. So many people feel like, oh, from here I'm falling back, or I have to bend my knees, and it's really uncomfortable. So option 1 is diamond position of your legs, and it's getting a bit better. But also you can use a pillow or a towel, but the easiest if you have nothing, then for sure you are on the top of a mat, so you can just roll your mat up, sit on it, and in this case you see your sit bones are higher and you can straighten your legs easily, and you can flex your feet, tilt your body forward so you get bigger range of motion in this case. So we're gonna do an exercise with this. So let's bring your hands in front of you, just on top of each other, your fingers on top of each other, and then let's rotate to one side. Inhale in the center, exhale, rotate to the other side. And just keep moving, following the rhythm of your breath. And I'm going to talk in the meantime. So try to keep your shoulders low and the elbows in the same level as your shoulder is. Try to don't fall back once you rotate, but keep the axis of your spine. And exhale to side, inhale to center. At the same time, check that your hip is not moving with you. What you can notice is if one of your foot is going forward and then switching, that means that you allow your hip moving with you. So try to stay aligned upward and aligned in the center, keeping your feet stable. So in that case, you can feel the rotation just in your lower ribs the most. Exhale, exhale. 2 more times. Last. Come back to center and then get your legs wider. However feels comfortable. I have no more space, but try to get your feet as wide as you can. Hands on front, and then start walking forward with a straight spine. If you have the limitation, you feel that you cannot go forward like this, let's round your back. Go further forward. engaged with the mat, with the floor, with whatever you are sitting on. And then the movement is really coming from your upper back. So you really don't wanna make too much tension to your low back, but feel lengthening your upper spine and engage your lower abdominals. Stay here, make a deep inhale. And for your exhale, feel that your muscles are letting you to reach a bit more forward. But make sure you don't really pull yourself, you don't really get something to reach forward and forward, because that can be too much for your lower spine. But just let the gravity and let your breath to help you with this stretch. And then make a deep inhale again. And for your exhale, very slowly build up your spine from the lowest part of it and sit tall. Then let's get your legs together and shake your legs. Okay, let's continue with quadruped position. So in here, we're gonna change something uneven surface again. So let's get a pillow or both of the pillows. It doesn't really matter here because it's going to be a smaller difference of the height. So what you can do is we're gonna try to stay in balance again in our hip. So you know very well that your wrist can be under your shoulder, knee under the hip. So just find this position and then lift the knee to be in the same level with the other one. And just stay here and try to hold this position and just check yourself what is happening in your body, what muscles you really have to use to stay in balance, to keep the leg to be elevated. So very important, your lower abdominals. This is one of the secrets. Also try to check your chest going to be elevated. Lengthen the back of your neck, so you're gonna look at your mat on front of you in between your hands. So if you see the wall in front of you, then just bring your head forward, and if you look at your knees, then elevate your head and stay in center. And from here also, like a pendulum of your knee, let's make it swing front and back without letting it go up, down or into any direction beside of front and back. And then let's do it side to side. And also try to don't fall to one side. So really keep your hip, your torso stable and let your knee to move as a pendulum. Really good exercise for home. Nice and easy to do. And now just make circles without letting your hip move, lowering or elevating other direction also. And let it go down. And change for the other side. Same thing. Find your balance. Find equal height of the knees. At first just hold. It's still hard work just to hold. I know it doesn't seem like, but if you do it with me, you're gonna see how difficult and how much you have to work on to stay in this position. So both of the arms have to work, one of them a bit better than the other to stay in balance because of the uneven surface. So make sure your hip is square, so you can just take a look down to your knees to see they are on the same height, and then bring your head back to the right position again. So try to see that your hip is not falling to side, so your thigh is upright, vertical. And then let's start swinging your knee until you go front and back without the movement of your hip, without the arc of your low back. Abdominals are really active. And then swing side to side. This is not about elevating high. This is just a little movement to stay in balance and getting stronger of the deep muscles around your spine. And circles to the other way. And let's take your knee on the floor, take away your pillow or blanket, and stay here again. Now both of your knees on the floor, curl your toes, now lift both of the knees, and your elbows are always slightly bent. Just hold the position. This is also about strengthening your low back, strengthening your abdominal muscles. Just hold the position, press your hands well into the mat, elbows are slightly bent, lengthen the back of your neck, and 4, 3, 2, 1, go down slowly. Now relax your toes and then bend your elbows, lower your head towards the floor and straighten. This is something for your triceps, but also about holding your posture, holding your torso straight, because many of us, many of those people who used to have low back pain, having the problem with push-up, having the problem with a plank at all. So now this is the time, this is the place, this is the position how you can just to do this exercise only for the arm work and really small tension on your torso, but to see what muscles to get stronger on your arms, on your shoulders. Now we can go further to go for a plank just on your knees. Here it's very important to get activated your inner thighs, your buttock and abdominals. So these 3 things are very important. So let's get them active. If you have maybe a little ball, or also you can use your towel to place it in between your knees and squeeze it. Squeeze it with your knees and feel that your legs, your inner legs are really active. And now let's just hold this position and try to get your body longer and longer, lengthening the back of your neck, elevating your abdominal muscles. Your elbows are slightly bent. Just hold and squeeze your towel, and then slowly bend your elbows, lift yourself up, slowly go down, lift up 2 more times, squeeze your inner thighs. This is really helpful for you. And go up, shift your body weight back, and we go for a child pose. Long arms, long spine, and move side to side. Stop in the center, place your hands just in front of your knees, and for your exhale, let's roll yourself up, sitting tall. Now let's see the exercises with the crunch, like the 100 and these sort of exercises. What is important with the 100, with the crunch, to elevate yourself is that you lift yourself up only until the lowest part of your shoulder blades. So let's start with the arc of your arm. As you lift up yourself, you see, you get the feeling that here are some weights, and pulling your arms down, that is helping to elevate your shoulder blades. And let's go down. You really can use some weights if you want, that can have kind of mental help for you for this movement. So in here, try to keep your abs low, your shoulder blades high. So the movement is really just here where your ribs are, where your chest is. And let's go again. Exhale. The breathing is also a tool what we can use. Exhale. It's helping us to do the difficult exercises and the stabilization once we move. So abdominals, navel is down, shoulder blades up. 3 more times. Okay, let's stay here. Lift up your legs to tabletop. Same thing. You can just keep your shoulder blades up, abdominal low. It's very important that once we do, for example, 100, and if you feel like straightening your legs is still okay, lowering forward makes your low back to arch. So just try to avoid that. You can still keep your legs bent, or even you can put your feet on the floor. You can still do your 100 like this. If you feel that your neck is hurt, put your head down, and still you can activate your abs. You can try it. You activate your abs with only just this pumping. But it's really nice if you can hold your legs up to tabletop. That is already absolutely fine to do your 100 like this. So after a while, if you concentrate on this, if you keep doing this exercise, you're gonna notice that, oh, now I can straighten my leg and can lower further, 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 and keeping the abs in. So this was the 100. Now you can move side to side. I was all the time talking, so in that case the time was flying away once you were pumping. Let's move side to side. This is a really good massage for your back and for your abs if your thigh is really close to you. And then stop in the center, and we're gonna continue rolling up, sitting tall, and we're gonna do rolling. That is also very important to do your rolling with the activation of your abdominals. So let's roll a bit backward, lift up your feet, hug your shin, and really imagine you have a balloon here which is growing and growing, and your back is rounding. So then, abdominal mind, you can imagine you are in a bubble, and then let's roll to your back and up. Very important all the time, lower ab is active. Also nice if you have a nice and soft mat, not just a yoga mat, but nice if you have something matting. And 3 more times, 2, 1 more, and back. If you feel like the rolling is really too much for you, just skip this exercise and stay with on your back and chest elevation, because some people really can have this too much. Then let's see what else we can have problem with the low back muscle. So let's see on your belly, laying on your belly. Now you need just one small pillow, and we're gonna place it under the belly. So once I lay down, this is going to be just in between the hip bones in my lower abdominals. So I just lay on it and move like, that's why it's really important to have a pillow small, because if it's too much, too big, then it's going to press your ribs as well. So just choose a really small one and place it somewhere comfortable in between your hip bones, and just lay down. Place your front head on your hands and just feel, once you roll your hip front and back, that you can touch the ground with your pubic bone. So that is very important, to have your abdominals, your buttock activated to touch the ground with your pubic bone. And from here, let's see how we can lift our legs, because if you do, without it maybe, you lift this up and you lift your pubic bone, you arc with your low back. But if you have your low back elevated a bit, then you cannot make a wrong posture. So it's very important to avoid a wrong posture, because I know that it seems to be bad if you cannot lift your leg as high as you got used, but believe me, this is the way how you can get stronger in the right muscles and how you can get those muscles more flexible, than what is really important to lengthen them. So let's just elevate one leg at a time and try to keep all the time the contact with the pubic bone and the floor. So just lifting and lowering the straight leg, and just concentrate on not rolling your hip front and back. Let's do 2 more of these and switch. So let's concentrate now to the other leg and keep the contact with the pubic bone on the floor. And 3 more times. Okay, now let's move your hips side to side. This is nice massage for your belly, but just to be relaxed. And then stop in the center. The same pressure, what you wanna feel is pubic bone touching the ground. Front head is on your hands, and let's lift up both of the legs and lower down. Slowly up, but even slower once you go down. And just concentrate to don't move the hip from the position what you've been aligned already with the hard work. So in that case, you can avoid tension in your low back. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, you can take off the pillow, which was nice and useful for the movement of the legs. But now we're gonna do chest extension as well. What is also nice if you don't do the full version of the swan and these kind of exercises, but enough if you do just the halfway when you feel that the upper back is extended. So let's start. The front head is just hovering above the mat, shoulders easy, hands in front of you. Let's lift up your head, but keep lengthening the back of your neck, and then press your hands, press your lower arms and your elbow into the mat to help yourself elevating higher and higher. So really pressing your hands down and try to pull it towards you, and in that case you can reach your chest bone forward and forward, further up, and slowly gradually coming to the side and you go down. Let's do it again. Start with your head, long neck, press your hands down, press your elbows down, lift yourself, and then pressing your hands down like a baby, trying to lift herself, himself. Once they are growing and getting stronger, so just try to do the same. Up, up, up. You want to look out of the window or look more thin, what is higher than you, and slowly go down. Let's do it one more time. Starting with your head, and then reach higher and higher, but still feel the contact with your ribs with the mat. Up, and slowly go down. So once there is, when you're in a group class, the full version of the swan, It's absolutely not necessary to do, but stay with the easy version. So once your hand is next to your chest, roll up until your elbow is going downward, not higher. Because otherwise, once you start to straighten your arms, that can be too much for you, but it depends on. Okay, let's continue with the side movements. So once you are on your side, your knees can stay bent and you can be on your underarm, but because if your legs are straight, then it's easy to fall to side, but with the bent knees you can make more stability. Other thing what you have to concentrate on once you wanna save your low back to don't fall down. So once you elevate your hips and you can hold yourself nice and strong on your shoulders, you can straighten your upper body, and in that case you are good aligned with your hip. Once you fall down, you see that the alignment of your hip and your upper body is not the best. So from here you can move yourself front and back, keeping your abdominals active, especially once you go back, don't want to fall forward. So these little tricks can make your life easier, and also just concentrate on don't rush with the exercises. Many times you feel pressure to do it quick, but if you make it slow, in that case you really can see what muscles are working on to make the exercises. And let's do 2 more of these. And now let's do bringing your knee forward and straighten your leg away. In and away. So with this, you can lengthen yourself far, so you can feel that your abdominal wall is lengthening as well. Inhale, exhale, reaching away. It's a different thing what you do now, because you don't have the pressure on the front of your hip, but lengthening your whole body. And 3, 2, and 1. And let's turn to the other side and do the same thing. So we're gonna do with a bent bottom leg, checking our upper body, nice and straight and strong. Lift the top leg and pop forward and back without falling forward, without tilting the pelvis or doing anything funny with your hip. It's nice to hold with your hand. That is giving a good feedback for you what is happening here, and all the time double check, double check, double check what is happening in your upper body. And let's do 3, 2, 1, and then knee up and reach away, up and reach. Every single time feel that your muscles are getting lengthen away. Exhale. And 3, 2, 1, and go down. Now we're gonna continue with a squat. So you're gonna have your legs wide, and your sit bone is just aligned with your knee, and press your knees outside. So then you're gonna stretch your inner thigh and shifting your body weight just a bit side to side. And stop in the center, hands on the floor, raise your buttock up, straightening your legs, roll yourself up, standing. Then turn your feet to be forward, parallel with each other. Bend one knee and switch to the other side slowly. Keeping your low back straight. Slowly move side to side. One more time each way. Back to center. Get your feet closer to each other. Then let's do some stretches. So let's cross one arm in front of you. Just pull your arm. Try to keep your shoulder low. And try to don't roll to the side with your whole body. Just your arm is reaching. And change. Roll your arm with your torso. Very good. And relax down. Then interlace your fingers behind you. Pull your shoulders back. Keep your hip aligned, abdomen still active. Tilt your straight back forward. And feel that your hands are really heavy. They are pulling you up, standing tall. Let's do one more time. Front and back up. Stand tall. Shake your arms. And now let's stretch our hamstrings. So just a little step forward with your right. Flex your foot. Bend the left knee. Reach forward. This is not about really going down or something, but more if you flex your foot really far, then you can feel a good stretch. And try to don't fall on one side, other side with your hip, but keep it square. That's why a tiny step is enough, because in that case, if you go really far, then your hip is going to move to side. So keep it square. Reach forward. And slowly stand up. And let's do just a couple of breaths at the end. Standing with your feet wide apart. Nice, equal, nice in balance. Relax your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. Relax your arms. Align your hip. And just concentrate to your breathing with the closed eyes. Move your head, move your shoulders, move everything just to find a good balance, nice and comfortable standing. Focus to your breathing. Notice how your chest is elevating and lowering. So lift up your arms as you inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down, bend your knees. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Open your eyes. And congratulations. Thank you very much for working out with me. I hope you have learned some nice tricks for how to change your exercises and you can use it in your future. Next week I'm coming again with a new Pilates session, and take care in the meantime. See you soon.